I also hope that you are having a great day so far. All right, so for today's lesson, for today's grade 3 English lesson, we will be doing irregular plural nouns. So for today's lesson will be our grade 3 English lesson on irregular plural nouns. And before we start with our lesson on irregular plural nouns, we are going to log into aplusstudents.ca and we're going to log in with our username as well as our password. Once we've logged in with our username as well as our password, we are going to select the subject of language arts. And we're going to select grade 3. All right, so once we have selected language art, grade 3, we are going into the chapters. We're going to look at the different chapters and we're going to scroll down here to the chapter of irregular plural nouns. So, irregular plural nouns. And once we are within the chapter of irregular plural nouns, we're going to be focusing on the lessons of is the noun singular or plural, and to form and use irregular plurals. So is the noun singular or plural, and to form and use irregular plurals. All right, so before we start our lesson, or as we start our lesson, we're going into is the noun singular or plural. All right, so we find that some of the plurals are irregular, right? Which means that they don't follow any rules. So you need to remember each one. And when we speak about irregular, then we talk about, for example, there's no, it does not say that we need to add an S in order for the word to change to plural or ed or to add a D, right? Because in this case, when it comes to irregular plural nouns, it's like the word changes, or at least letters within that word, it changes, right? So that is why we say there's no rules to follow. No rules as in add an S, add ed, add D, right? There's nothing like that. So you are going to have to just remember each one, right? Because there is no rules that you have to follow. And a few examples of irregular plurals is if you look at these examples over here. So the words, the two words on top as well as this word over here. Let me underline it and read. All right, so the words that is underlined in red, which is child, mouse, or woman, woman with an A, right? They show that the word is singular. It refers to either one person, one animal, right? So, child, it refers to one child, and that is singular, right? So, singular refers to one child. Then we have mouse. Mouse. And the mouse is also singular. right? And it refers to one animal. And then we have woman. Woman with an A. It's like saying woman. So woman with an A is also referring to one person. But now, if we look at plurals, right? Plurals means that it now gives us indication that there is more than one either of the person or more than one of that animal or the things, right? For example, child, which is a singular form of, let's say, the word, right? However, in the plural form, we have children. So one child, two or more children. Mouse. We have one mouse and we have a few mice. And then the same with woman. Woman can be a bit tricky because it kind of looks the same. So woman and women. So women. And as you can see, if you look at the letters, especially the one that says woman. In this case, the letters changes in woman, meaning the A changes to an E, right? Because now it's one woman, but many women, right? So more than one women. Even if you look at mice or mouse, right? It's one mouse, but many mice. And as you can see, even the wording of mice has changed. And the same with child and children. And remember just once again that when it comes to plurals that are irregular, there are no rules that you need to follow. We're not going to tell you to add an S, add a D, add an ED, add IES. No, we are not going to tell you to add any of that. You are just going to have to remember each one. All right, so now we need to say is the noun singular or plural, right? And this is now going to be the word that is underlined and in bold. So is the noun singular, referring to one person, or is it plural, referring to more than one person? The men walked down the pathway to the cabin. So if we look at the word that is in bold as well as underlined, right? Men. Men. We need to say if that word is singular, referring to one person, or is it plural, referring to more than one of that person. And remember, we said singular It refers to one person, and plural refers to more than one. So if we look at the word men, men, so they're saying the men walk down the path to the cabin. So men is singular, plural. So men is plural because it refers to more than one, right? It refers to more than one. It is not just one man, but it's referring to more than one men, right? Everyone knows about those famous women. We need to say if the noun is plural or if the noun is singular. Everybody knows about those famous women. So women is the word that we need to basically say if the noun is singular or if the noun is plural. All right, so basically, let us do this. So this is plural. So this refers to more than one man. Because the singular form of that word women is woman with an A. The rain leaked through the roof and onto the carpet. The rain leaked through the roof and onto the carpet. Roof. If we look at the word roof, we need to say if the word is singular or if the word is plural. And roof refers to one roof. So roof is singular. So singular. Because it refers to one, let's say one thing. Because it's one roof, and then we have more than one roofs, where we basically just add an S. And the same with women. Women is plural form, right? But as soon as we add an A to that, and then it goes back to being singular. All right, we're going next. The children shared the chocolate with us. Children, is children plural or is children singular? So basically, children is plural. And this refers to more than one. And the singular form of children is child. But plural is children's. It's the plural form. All right. So yes, it is plural. Let us continue. Sorry. All right. So we already mentioned roofs, right? So use the lumper. Use this lumper to build the frames for the roofs. And roofs. Oopsie. So roofs. Do you think that roofs is plural or is it singular form? Right? So we now need to say if the word roofs is either singular or if it is a plural noun. Roofs. Use this lumper to build the frames for the roofs. And now we need to say if roofs are either singular or if it's plural. And yes, roofs is plural, right? It is plural because it is giving us indication that it is more. There's more than one roof, right? It's not just one, but there's more than one roof. So which means that it is plural. Is the noun singular or plural? The geese flew up in the sky. Geese. We need to say if geese is singular or plural, and then we need to say what its other form is. All right, so basically geese is plural. So geese is plural. It refers to more than one, right? But now, geese, the singular form of geese is goose, right? So it is plural and the singular form is goose. So goose is singular and the plural form is geese. So geese. So the geese flew up into the sky. All right, so let's go to our little test. So Daniel's, we need to still say if this noun is now singular or if it is plural. Daniel's foot had fallen asleep. So Daniel's foot had fallen asleep. So foot singular or is foot plural? So we need to say if foot is singular or if it is plural. Yeah, so foot is singular, all right? It refers to only one foot. So it's basically only the one foot that had fallen asleep. The man sat with the children on the soft. The man sat with the children on the soft grass. Sorry. The man sat with the children on the soft grass. So we need to say if the word man is either singular or if it's plural. The man. All right, so if we look at the word the man, right? So the man, it refers to only one man, right? So it's only one man that's sitting with the children on the soft grass. That's sitting with the children on the soft grass. So singular. So man is singular, and the plural form of man is men, men. So now is a singular or plural? Oh, we are there, sorry. Yes, so well done. You should always brush your teeth after you eat chocolates. So teeth, is teeth singular or is teeth plural? Teeth, is it singular or plural? So you should always brush your teeth after you eat chocolates. And teeth, it refers to basically more than one tooth in your mouth. So basically, teeth is more than one tooth in your mouth. So plural form, right? So you should always brush your teeth after you eat it. So that is plural. All right. Which important person did the mayor honor? So person, is person singular or is it plural? Singular meaning it refers to one, or plural referring to more than one. So person. So basically, which important person did the mayor honor? So person is like, firstly, it is singular and it only refers to one person. So this person met the mayor, or did the mayor honored this person. So this person is singular. It refers to one person. And then the woman or the woman wore blue shoes. So the woman with an A, is it singular or plural? Woman with an A, singular or plural? All right, so basically, woman is singular, right? It is singular, and the plural form of woman is women with an E. Mm-mm-mm. And then draw the roofs in your picture with a brown marker. Roofs. Is roofs singular or is roofs plural? Draw the roofs in your picture with a brown marker. So roofs, is roofs singular or is roofs plural? All right, so basically roofs within this is referring to more than one roof, right? So which means that it is plural. And then we are going to go back to our lesson so long. All right. So now we did the lesson of is the noun singular or plural, right? So now we are going to go to form using singular or form and use irregular plurals. And remember we said that with irregular plurals, right? There's no rules that you need to follow. You're just going to have to know the, let's say, the plural nouns, right? And before we go into form and use irregular plurals, let us go to our whiteboard, right? And we are doing irregular plurals, right? Grade 3. So basically, irregular plurals, right, is a plural noun that does not follow the standard rules of adding s or es or even ed or d, right, or anything like that. So a plural noun that does not follow the standard rules of adding either s or es to the end of its singular version to make it plural. So, party, right? So, when it comes to party, party is singular, but that is one party. Then we have lots of other parties. And then we have moose, and moose is still the same. So there are some of the irregular plurals where the plural does not change, right? So they say both singular as well as plural will basically stay the same. And for example, moose and moose are an example thereof. So we have moose, which is singular, but we also have moose, which is plural, right? So it does not change. And that is why we say that when it comes to irregular plurals, there is no rule that you need to follow. You are just going to have to remember it. Then we have man as a singular form and men as plural, right? So irregular plural nouns is plurals that does not follow standards or rules of adding s or es to the end of a singular version to make it plural. And we made a few examples of irregular plural nouns. And if we make examples of more singular and plural nouns, man, what is let's say, the plural noun of man? If I have one man, but now I have a few or more, let's say more, is it more mans or more what, right? So one man and more, is it mans? Because we need to find the plural. And when it comes to plural, the wording sometimes changes. Sometimes the whole word changes, right? So which means that the plural form of man is men. And then we have tooth, and the plural form of tooth is teeth, one tooth. But I have lots of teeth in my mouth. and then one child, we need children, mouse, and then we have a few mice, woman and women, foot and feet. Now, even if you look at the word ox, an ox, right, is singular. But if we refer to more than one ox and then we mention it as, then it is oxen. And the same with goose, right? Goose changes to geese. So this is basically irregular plurals. So this is irregular plurals. And when it comes to irregular plurals, it is as if the wording changes, right? Or even a few letters changes, right? Because we do not follow any standard rules when it either comes to adding s or es. All right, let's go to the next lesson where we're going to form and use irregular plurals. All right, so some of our plurals, like we said, are irregular, right? So we said that we do not follow any standards of either adding an S or adding ES, right? So there's no rules that is being followed. You will just have to remember each one. And then also when it comes to some of the plural forms, right? Some of them are the same as a singular form. It does not change, right? So for example, if we look at deer, deer is singular, right? It's referring to one deer. But even the plural form is deer. So if one deer, more than one deer. The same with sheep. So one sheep, and then we have many sheep. And the same with fish. One fish, and then we have a few more fish or lots of fish, right? If you can think of any more words, right, both singular as well as plural words or plural nouns that are basically still the same, then please write it down. So plural forms that are the same as singular forms. So if you can think of any other plural forms that are the same as singular forms, please write it down. Like for example, we have deer and deer. So deer is both singular and plural. Sheep is both singular and plural, referring to one sheep or more than one sheep, as well as fish. So who can think of any more words that are plural as well as singular forms where the wording are the same? All right, we're going to come back to that. Then we have some plural forms, right? They change spelling. And we made examples of child and children, one mouse, and example, lots of mice, and woman and women, right? So basically the forms it changes or the spelling it changes. And remember, once again, when it comes to plurals or irregular plurals, right, we do not follow any standards of either adding s or es, right? You are just going to have to remember each one as you go along, right? Because there's no rules that they follow. All right, so now let's go to our test. We need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. After dinner, either the child ran upstairs to Whitney's bedroom or the children ran upstairs to Whitney's bedroom. We need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. So the plural is a child or is it children? So child or children. We need to select the correct plural. After dinner, is it the child or children ran upstairs to Whitney's bedroom? The correct plural form that we need to select. Plural refers to more than one. All right, so if we select the correct plural, right, and then we are going to say children. Yes, so that is correct. So children is correct because children is the plural form of child. We need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. Are moose bigger than buffalo or are maize bigger than buffalo? Moose or maize bigger than buffalo? We need to choose the plural form. Is it moose or is it maize? So are moose bigger than buffalo or are maize bigger than buffalo? We need to select the plural form. And if we choose the plural form, remember we said some of the words are the same, right? So we'll get the singular form as well as the plural form that will be the same. So the wording does not change, right? So let us choose moose and moose. So moose is both singular and the same word is plural. We need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. Look at the fish or fishes swimming among the rocks. Fish or fishes. We need to choose the correct plural form. Fish or fishes. Look at the fish or look at the fishes swimming among the rock. We need to select the correct plural in order to complete the sentence. I remember once again, there are some of the plural forms as well as singular forms that are the same. The wording does not change. The words are the same when we make mention of it in plural form as well as in singular form. All right, so we look at the fish swimming along the rock. Oh, so fish, right? So when it comes to fish and fishes, right? In this case, if you do get something wrong, right, because the test can be very tricky, right, you then need to go down and try and find the correct answer and then copy the link, send it to us, and you'll get 100 bonus points, right? So in this case with fish and fishes, right? So if let's say if the types of fish is the same, like for example, a goldfish, right? Then we say, if we only make mention of the goldfish, and then we can say it is fish as singular as well as fish as plural. But if there are different types of fish, within the sea or within the pond or within the dam or river, then we say fishes. All right. All right, so that is basically the two lessons that we have just focused on, which is the noun singular or plural. And we were able to identify nouns that are either singular as well as nouns that are plural, as well as how we form and use irregular plurals. All right, so now can we go to a plus classes.ca. So now can we log into a plus classes.ca. A plus classes.ca. All right, so once you've logged into a plus classes.ca, we're going to go to learning material, grade 3. All right, so once you selected grade 3, and then you're going to scroll down to language arts, which is the book, the green book that's open, so language arts. And then we will find the 3 different workbooks under language arts, right? We're going to choose the second workbook, which is grammar, which is practice grammar in this language arts workbook. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to page 45 and 46. So we're going to scroll right down up until we get to page 45 as well as page 46. And we are going to do the activity on page 45 as well as page 46 about plural forms. And we say that some nouns have special plural forms, right? Meaning that the wording it changes, right? And like we said, there is no rules that we follow. We don't just add s or es, right, in order to change the form from singular to plural. In this case, the wording changes or it stays the same. All right, so we're going to do this activity, right? And whatever we do not complete, you will complete basically as a homework, as a form of homework, or as a form of extra when it comes to whatever we just did in our lesson. So we need to draw a line from each noun to its plural form. So we're going to draw a line from the singular form to the plural form, which is on the left. So singular is on the left and the plural form is on the right. All right, so foot. The first one, foot. So foot is the singular. We need to draw a line and select the plural form. So if foot is the singular form, then we're going to draw a line to feet, because feet is plural. Knife. What is the plural form of knife, right? We need to select the plural form over here of knife. We have one knife, and then we have more than one knives, right? Mouse, right? You have one mouse. We need to select the plural form of mouse. And if we select the plural form of mouse, and then we will join or draw our line to mice. Then I'm going to do one more. Goose. Goose is our singular form and geese is our plural form, right? Yes, so we have mouse and mice, and we have goose and geese. Oopsie. Oop. goose, geese. And then you're going to do child. We need to then select the plural form of child, the plural form of man, of women, and is correct. The plural form of child is children. The plural form of man is men. And then you are going to the rest. So on page 45, we have activities on page 46. And on page 46, they're saying we need to complete the sentences with the correct plural forms, right? And the word in bracket, we need to then change to plural. All right. Okay, so today's lesson, right? We said in today's lesson, we focus on the chapter of irregular plural nouns, right? And with irregular plural nouns, no rules that we need to follow. We don't just add s, we don't add es. You just need to know basically what it is, right? So you need to remember what it is, and then you're just going to have to follow that. And we focused on nouns that are singular as well as plural. And then we also formed and used irregular plurals. So, grade 3, this is now the end of our lesson on irregular plural nouns. Thank you very much for joining the session. You should have an amazing day further. Thank you. Goodbye.